Hi, it's sometime in August, maybe it's August 4, August 5, maybe August 6, I think it's August 5, I'm not sure. Oh, I just got a new watch. I think see the date. Let's see. Oh dang, it says everything but the date. Well, it's 6:02 p.m. right now, but I don't know the date. Anyway, a little away from the date, my pumpkin is like 13 feet long, my 1504 I'm talking about. Some major weeding, and I'm doing the irrigation, or I was. I stopped because I ran out of parts. And I've got my pumpkin, which is day 12 today. So I got the plant to show you. Here is the plant. Goes way back there. So the plant is like probably 9 feet wide and 13 feet long. Yikes. And I've got all my irrigation stuff out right now because I am setting this up. So I've got 1/4-inch hose with the emitters right here. Then I ran out of the end plugs. Yeah, so there you can see the stem end of the pumpkin right there. It's got the little sheet over it. So it looks like it's going to be orange because of the color. Could be the lighting a bit too, but I think it's going to be orange. I'm going to take off the sheet. So here's it from the stem side. I don't know why, I just kind of love looking at it from the stem side. So it's like around 8.5 or 8 inches long and wide right now. So it's got like a 25-26 inch circumference. Which for day 12 I think is pretty fair. Here we go to this side. There's the blossom end. So this is going to be Cinderella. So I'm gonna flip it over so it's on the blossom. How I do that is I'm going to take a pallet. I'm 4 by 4 feet. Put a plywood on the pallet, but I'll put a little hole in the plywood. Then I'm going to put sand on the plywood. Now I'll flip the pumpkin around and put the blossom in so it sticks through that little hole. The hole's going to be like this big. Because when the pumpkin grows, the blossom and everything's just going to get bigger. So if you can see, there have been some insect damage to the blossom end. So I think I'm going to cut the blossom off tomorrow. You could see it sapping there. It's the cucumber beetles. It's like my number 2 enemy right now. Because I've got one that's doing more damage. And damn, these mosquitoes are attacking me right now. So anyway, that's the pumpkin. Now, to show you what I'm talking about, my number 1 enemy right now. So you can see these leaves that have collapsed there. That is not phytophoria, or however you're supposed to pronounce it. It's what's called a nasa wilt. So it is my biggest enemy right now. So how this happens is squash bugs, they lay their eggs on the underside of the leaves. And then the little spider-like nymphs hatch, and then they eat, releasing a toxin into the leaves, which causes them to like wilt and die, just the one leaf. And if you can see over there, there's some of those little nymphs that I'm talking about on that leaf right there. That's what's kind of rotten. So I'm going to throw those nymphs into the bucket of soapy water right now, and then I'll get back to you. All right, I threw the nymphs into the soapy water. So for these, I applied cayenne pepper, peppermint, and garlic spray yesterday evening. And I'm going to do that again in a few days because hopefully it's just going to repel them. I am organic. So I'm not using any like merit or all those kinds of things. If you have any ideas on how to control the squash bug, because it's like destroying the leaves right now, that would be greatly appreciated. You can post it in the comments below. Yeah, these like drive me crazy. I have to like get rid of the eggs, but still it's like annoying. I'm gonna do the egg thing once I finish this video. I think I'll give you the wide view of the plant right after I show you my pile of weeds. So first of all, if you see over there, they are just like the weeds I threw on the ground because I did not have the energy at the time to throw them into the pile. There's the other pile. This is like been sitting for 5 days, so it shrank a lot from when I actually piled it up. It's like probably 100 pounds. So that's what I did, but if you remember my last video, this entire area over here was filled with weeds. And over here, I have a tomato plant that I like uncovered when I was doing the weeding. This is a giant tomato. I'm growing these at all the 4 corners of my 1,500 square foot patch, which has 2 pumpkins in it, but the one pumpkin's like way better. So there's a tomato, and it has some little baby tomatoes up there. So hopefully those are done in time at the way off on October 10 this year. All right, so there's the entire view of the plant. It's pretty hard to do it. The plant's getting huge. I think the main vine is like really slowing down to a crawl right now. The secondaries as well, so I'm going to give some humic fulvic acid as a foliar also after I finish this video. I think it's because the pumpkin is just taking all the energy, but the plant right now is like 50 square feet, so if you have any ideas also to keep the plant growing longer, that'd also be greatly appreciated. But yeah, another thing I was gonna say is that, because I'm missing a bunch of secondaries there, so I'm going to take the closest, sorry about that, I'm going to take the closest secondary to the pumpkin. It's going to grow out like this, and then the tertiaries are going to come down and fill in that space, and that's also going to help, because when it's the closest to the pumpkin, that also means that it's going to be feeding the fruit the most instead of like the leaves and stuff. Another thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take a soil test, partially because some of the leaves are turning a lighter green. I think that's just because the pumpkin appears as taking the resources now. And partially because the pumpkin is day 12 now. So I want to know what is in the soil at day 20, because between day 20 and day 45, 50, it's going to do the hopefully great growing, like 30, 40 pounds a day, maybe more, maybe less, who knows. But it's going to do its peak growth in that phase. So I want to make sure I have all the nutrients dialed in at that time. So I'm going to take the soil test maybe tomorrow or the day after. Oh yeah, so today it was insanely hot. Right now it's probably 31 outside, but it's 6 o'clock, it's after 6. But earlier today it was like 37 degrees, and I'm not kidding. So my one plant in the county fair patch was completely wilted. So I did make a short on how I fix the wilting to prevent the plant from shutting down for the day. So if you want to see that, it was posted today. Yeah, so I am going to go to the 1310s. Although it's weed filled, so I'm going to do the weeding tomorrow. But I don't have the energy to pull it out like I did with this plant, so I'm just going to cut it all away. It's like a lot easier. This is like my main plant right now. The 1310 is way smaller. It always was. It probably always will be. Oh yeah, another thing I just want to show you. This secondary may not be the best example, but you can see that like the leaves have essentially stopped forming, and it's just like mostly flowers everywhere. Maybe this is not a good example. I've got better examples, but I'm not sure why this is. I think it was because there was an insane amount of weeds like a few days ago, so it just did that. But I did pull out all the weeds, so I'm hoping it survives, and I'm gonna give the humic fulvic 5-2. It's like so it comes through stress points as a foliar. I actually have it in the bottle right there. Today. All right, here's the bottle. I just want to show you that before I go to the 1310s. Man, there's so many things to show around here. So it's literally a pump spray bottle. I pump this up and down like 20 times. And I press on here, and it sprays out whatever's inside. This is a $4.50 spray bottle. Fine. It may not last so long. It may only have a liter capacity, but whatever. It costs $5. Regular pump sprayer is like 20 at the minimum. So even if this one busts, I can just get another one. I can get 4 for the price of a regular one. And if I ever need to spray like more than a liter, I can just bring it in separate bottles. I don't need to put it all in one spray bottle, you know. All right, so now finally to go. Nope, we're not going yet. I have to show you the crown here. So here's the crown. It's a nice big thick stump here. It's like pretty sound, solid. There's the main vine going up there. So I just wanted to show you that. So you couldn't see compared to my hand. It's not the biggest crown ever, but it's the biggest that I've ever had in any case. I also wanted to show you real quick if I can see it. There was, oh yeah, this little split in one of the secondaries. Should be all right, but just wanted to show you. Now we're finally trotting through the weeds into the 1310 patch. Here's the 1310. Like pretty overgrown with weeds. But anyway, I hope to grow nice pumpkin out of it. If I had weeded better from the beginning, like this main vine here, still growing, so I'm going to do the weeding tomorrow. But you can see it has a very thick main vine with like a big split in it, which I only saw just now over there. But it's got a nice big crown and all that, so it should be nice. There's a secondary, there's the main vine, there's secondary growing over there. So yes, the 1776 is over there. It had something weird where it just all wilted, but the new growth would not wilt, and then when the leaves grew a little bigger, they wilted. So I'm not sure if that's bacterial wilt or not. I'm going to do like a test tomorrow to see if it is or not. Here it is. So here's the plant. Now what I'm finding weird is that the leaves are just like sort of crumpling up and like dying. You see what I mean? The new growth is not quite that wilted. Here's the other growth, but it's not wilting like crazy. And often even wilts less than this. It just slightly drooped. Maybe that's normal, I don't know. But there it is anyway. Just wanted to show you. Yeah, so if you have any ideas about the 1776, what it could be, control of the squash bugs, what was the last thing? Oh yeah, to keep the secondaries growing and the main vine. You can post in the comments below. I'll be glad to hear your ideas. Alright, so I'm going to wrap this video up right now, and I'm going to get to squash bug egg picking and foliar spraying. I know that you should, in theory, wait till sundown to foliar spray, but the sun is really not so strong right now, so I'm not that worried about it. I'm going to quickly look up and just make sure that it's fine, but whew, alright, goodbye, I'll see you soon. Day 20 comes the name and my first OTT estimation. I did sneak in one, but obviously it's not on the chart. If I remember correctly, it was like, what was it? It was like, what was it? I don't remember anymore. It was like, well, I did it in the centimeters because I don't really have the inches at work, so I have to translate it to inches, but it was like 160 centimeters. Oh yeah, so it was like, yeah, 63, 64 inches. So it's not on the chart anyway. I'm gonna do like a negative estimation or something, but it's day 12, day 20, hopefully be on the chart. Like I said, I shared my idea for the Cinderellaing. The reason I'm doing the Cinderella idea, you know, like the blossom down, it's not actually for the Howard Dill Award. Howard Dill is the prettiest pumpkin. Hopefully I'll get that too, but it's actually more because I think that the pumpkin is less likely to split the blossom end. Because there's no weight on the blossom that way, whereas the other way there's a bunch of weight on the blossom. So yeah, it's my idea. I really hope it works. I'll be like, I don't know why many growers don't do it. I don't know. Anyway, goodbye. I'll see you soon.